Hello, this is Cotton Soups and welcome back to another Lumion Legacy HTUC video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Rancidor, one of the new Lumions in the Yokai patch of Lumion Legacy. So let's talk about it. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to use and counter Rancidor, from the counters and checks the teammates in order to know how to use Rancidor in your matches, as well as knowing the sets and the roles in order to know how to team build around Rancidor. Today's video, we're going to be talking about how to use and counter Rancidor. So in order to know how to use Rancidor, we must know its role, and its base stats can help us answer that question. First off, you have a really bad melee defense stat of 54, making any type of melee hit, no matter how weak, pretty damaging to your HP. However, you do have a decent HP and range defense stat of 93 and 82 respectively, making you have some respectable bulk even if non-invested, so you can take some range hits if need be. And you have a decent range attack stat of 99, definitely nothing anything special compared to other wall breakers, but with invested, this does do some pretty good damage, especially because of your abilities and setup. And your energy stat of 80, while taking a lot of investment to get to an optimal energy stat, it really doesn't matter in the end because you're not going to be investing those TPs anywhere else. And then you have a pretty good speed stat of 113. This makes it so you can outspeed meta common Lumions such as Vesperatu, Jalusa, and Halvantic, and much more, making you pretty fast even if you're not trying to invest into this stat. However, you will still be outpaced by Lumions such as Soulburst Stratosaur, Zulong, and Hunder, so those Lumions you'll have to be watching out for. So the role for Rancidor is pretty cut and dry. You just want to be a fast cleaner or sweeper, and you can still be revenge killed, so maybe having Rancidor as a sweeper in the early and mid game, try and threaten out some sweeps, and then having a general cleaner like Zulong in the back in case Rancidor can't clean anything, or clean everything I should say. That is what you would want to do with Rancidor. So with that out of the way, let's get right onto the sets. So there's only really one viable set for Rancidor, and in my opinion that is the Peace of Mind Sweeper set. There's also other sets such as the Suicide Lead enchantment setting set. However, enchantments aren't really that great right now, but Rancidor can be one of the main leading factors if you want to try and have an enchantment based team. Your ability of choice is going to be a Do or Die and a Siphon. Both of these abilities are pretty good. However, if you want to deal as much damage as possible, Do or Die is what you want to have. And if you want to have Rancidor as just the ultimate sweeper, then go Soul Siphon. However, Soul Siphon might not be as great as you might think, considering that you would normally be already setting up, and at that point, if you do get some bonus damage, I guess it's fine, but you normally wouldn't really need it. My personality of choice is going to be Smart, Nimble, Very Frail, considering we have a 99 base range attack stat. Even if we are pretty fast with Very Nimble, you still really want to hit hard, so Smart, Nimble balance out your more important stats. And your moveset is going to be Peace of Mind, Mug Blast, and Energy Break for setup, and then your two stabs being your best ones, and then Spectral Burst just being the last one you can really run. It's only your other coverage option, and Rancidor might be getting more coverage options in the future. We really don't know, so Spectral Burst is going to be here. And for your item of choice, I wouldn't really suggest a health amulet or a milkshake on this, because one, you might be trying to sweep, and two, those items can be trying to put on more better Lumions. However, if you do have that slot opened up, go ahead. This item of choice is going to be the Choice Essence. Let's get right onto the TPs, and this is going to be very simple, just like Land Torch. It's going to be running 200 range attack and speed, so you can outspeed as much as possible while also hitting as hard as possible, and then your HP is going to be 16, which is going to be the leftovers, and your energy is going to be 800, or not 800 but 84, which will get you up to 250 energy and will let you use 2 Peace of Minds and whatever combination of 4 of your coverage moves. So with that out of the way, let's get right onto the counters and checks and teammates for Rancidor. So let's talk about the offensive checks first, and Rancidor doesn't really have a lot of offensive checks because it does outspeed a lot. However, using Lumions such as Zulong, Soulburst Stratosaur, and Hunder, as alluded earlier in the video, will be your great chances, as Zulong and Soulburst Stratosaur can have the potential or outright one-shot it, and Hunter hits it on the weaker side of the fence and also hits it super effectively with Vice Jaws. These metal types also have the potential to swap in as they do resist Toxic and Ancient, so that is pretty good on your part. However, Do or Die will be doing a lot of damage, so you can't really switch these willy-nilly. Other than that, some defensive counters is going to be your average Soul Burst Gastro still being able to wall Rancidor, and another option is El Iguana, as it does have the defensive typing and coverage to hit you super effectively and wall you. Other options are Clever Valkyries and Pyrolins, however these can still be broken through if Rancidor does get some chip on them, and then it peace of minds on the swap. So it really depends. Also, the Rancidor does have to be Do or Die in order to have a chance at breaking them, otherwise I wouldn't really try it. As for teammates, some offensive ones that I would really recommend are Vesperatu and Umbra. These are your best odds at defeating Soul Burst Gasstroke, and if you just want some general teammates that can break through your answers, I would suggest ranged wall breakers or stall breakers such as Odiaga, Paraglyph, and Jaluso. All of these having great setup with peace of mind and great coverage, as well as having Provoke if need be to break through the likes of Gasstroke without worrying about Tamp. And then finally, defensive teammates, you can really run any type of balance or offensive core, but you want some type of hazard support for Rancidor. As well, Do or Die does do a lot of damage. You just want to make sure you have enough setup to actually take advantage of that. So running Seer Knight, Oxydrake, and Gargoyle Defense is what I would really recommend. So that is the conclusion for Rancidor. Let me know what you guys think on this specific Lumion. I think it may have some potential, but if you were to use some other peace of mind setup sweeper, then there's very clear-cut answers that are just better than this, such as Ferroglyph. But hey, it's too early to judge, and honestly, this does have some potential. So let me know what you think of this Lumion and this video down in the comment section below. I do want some recommendations on more future HTUCs, so let me know on what you want. This is Con Stoops signing off to remind you that Zulong is still a dumpster fire.